Hello everyone, today we'll take a look at how to help you find the right one for your needs. To see the most up-to-date prices and find out more information about these cameras, you can check out the links in the description below. Before we start, I have a question for you guys. Which camera are you using right now and what is your opinion on it? Let me know in the comments. Number 5. Panasonic Lumix ZS200 Best Travel Zoom Camera. Lumix cameras and Leica DC lenses are favored by camera enthusiasts because of their high performance and reliability. Along with its 15 times Leica DC Vario Elma lens, the Lumix ZS200 offers Panasonic's 5-axis hybrid OIS Plus or Optical Image Stabilizer Plus to provide a versatile angle of view while suppressing handshake in both photo and video recording. For the ultimate marriage between high portability while keeping high image quality, the ZS200 is currently the best around. Panasonic has kept the predecessor, the TZ100, in the lineup, giving you two options depending on your budget. For the extra cash, the ZS200 gives you greater flexibility with a 15 times optical zoom lens, a higher resolution electronic viewfinder, a slightly better screen which is touch sensitive but fixed in place, and an improved battery life. Scene modes, filter modes add creativity, while traditional aperture and shutter priority modes allow for background defocus or eliminate sports motion blur. For even more creative photography, the Lumix ZS200 integrates a new L monochrome mode in photo style to create an impressive monochrome image with rich gradation like that of black and white film. Ergonomics have also been improved by the addition of a strip along the front of the camera to help you get a better grip on it. Although relatively expensive, the ZS200 is a fantastic all-rounder without too much compromise. Number 4. Sony RX100-7 Best for family travel. Moving on, we have the Sony RX100-7. This one is one of the most, if not the most, powerful point-and-shoot cameras without any problems. It's quite fast, provides a lot of creative freedom, tons of aesthetical value, millions of features in a small body, and so much more. The Sony RX100-7 is actually something to be reckoned with. As I said, this camera is a beast, and it's packed with one of the most powerful autofocus systems out there. It works as a perfect hybrid system with 357-point phase detect and 425-point contrast detect system. This system works super fast and is super precise at making your whole photography and videography experience perfect. Moving on from the instant focus, the Sony RX100-7 also has the real-time tracking with AI backing, which will make the whole experience much better. The Sony RX100-7 is equipped with a powerful 20.1 megapixel 1-inch large Exmor RS CMOS sensor that provided amazing images and superb detail with a natural color that's vivid overall. I have to state that this camera is a beast in that aspect, especially in high ISO levels with noise elimination. But then again, it also has the 4K video shooting at 30 frames per second, and you can also shoot super slow motion footage at 960 frames per second. Number 3. Panasonic Lumix GX85 Best Value for Money. This is an exceptional camera that provides a great set of features in its mirrorless body. For starters, besides its 4K video capability, it has a superb autofocus system, ergonomic body, 5-axis image stabilization features, Wi-Fi connectivity, speedy performance, and so much more. Let's take a look at this beast. It has a classic all-black body with some retro vintage shaping, giving it a pretty interesting vibe. The camera has a great electronic viewfinder that's quite accurate in terms of resolution and color, and it has a 3-inch LCD panel that's tiltable. The panel has a resolution of 1040K dots and is touch-sensitive for you to select a few settings more easily. Wi-Fi connectivity is also perfect overall, and it works wonders. The Panasonic Lumix GX85 is packed with an interesting 49-point contrast detect autofocus system that makes good use of the company's depth from defocus technology that's rather smooth and very attractive overall. It tracks fast-moving subjects quite easily, and it works well for your videos, which is the main point of this camera. The 5-axis image stabilization features are also amazing, and I think that anyone will be impressed with this one. The 16-megapixel 4/3 CMOS sensor is great as well, and the 4K video at 30 frames per second is wonderful for the price. Number 2. Fujifilm X100V Best for street photography. The Fujifilm X100V is similar in concept to the Leica Q, albeit with a narrower 35mm f2 full-frame equivalent lens, a smaller APS-C image sensor, and a viewfinder that swaps between an optical and electronic view. It's also a bit slimmer, so it can slip into a larger pocket. Its wide-angle lens won't bring distant subjects into view, but it's a fine choice for landscapes and walks about town. The Fujifilm X100V is the camera to get if you like the idea of a Leica rangefinder, but also want modern amenities like autofocus and video. With a beautifully retro design mixed with a host of advanced features, the X100V is the fifth generation of an extremely well-regarded premium compact. It was the original X100 which launched Fujifilm back into the realm of serious photography after years languishing as the creators of cheap and cheerful point-and-shoots. The X100V, like its predecessors, sports a DSLR-sized APS-C sensor, which is paired with a 23mm f2 fixed-length lens. What's new here for the latest generation is a sharper lens, an improved viewfinder, a higher resolution, and the addition of a tilting screen. The older X100F is still a good buy, but if you want the best all-rounder, it's worth considering the extra outlay for the X100V. Number 1. Canon EOS M50 Mark II, best all-round. As our top pick, we have the EOS M50 Mark II. The Canon EOS M50 Mark II is a puzzling one. It's a feature-rich camera by itself, but most of those specs are already available on the original EOS M50, with only a few added benefits to indicate it's an updated model. The M50 Mark II is identical to its predecessor both internally and externally. What's new is all software-based and could be of great significance to up-and-coming content creators. There's the added benefit of eye detect autofocus for both stills and video, and the ability to shoot vertical photos for social media platforms. Another advantage the M50 Mark II offers over the older camera is a new video recording button available on the touchscreen, and a movie self-timer that gives you between 2 to 10 seconds to prepare yourself before the camera starts to record. If you happen to have over 1,000 YouTube subscribers, the M52 will also allow you to wirelessly stream live to YouTube. Like its predecessor, the EOS M50 Mark II is an excellent performer, particularly in the stills department. If you're just entering your photography journey and looking for something that's good value, you can't go wrong with this camera. Definitely one of the best travel cameras in 2021. Buying guide. Size. Gone are the days when a bigger camera means a better camera. If you want to travel with your camera, you'll want something small and lightweight. Luckily, technology has improved a lot. Generally speaking, cameras in similar classes will weigh similar amounts. If you're just starting out with photography, consider getting a camera that you can take with you everywhere. Megapixels. Many people assume that more megapixels are better. This isn't always true if the pixels themselves are small. However, more megapixels on a large sensor will give you higher detail and allow you to crop your image without reducing quality. Now, it's important to point out that you probably don't need a camera that has a huge number of megapixels. For typical 4x6" and 5x7" prints, you only need 4 megapixels to get good results. Ergonomics. For every camera, especially if you're considering shooting videos with it more often than not, I would recommend you get a camera with great ergonomics. When I'm talking about the ergonomics of a camera, it means you should check out the size, weight, controls, and the overall shape of the camera. The most important is the weight, actually, and the ergonomic shapes and features. The ergonomic features include the hand grip, the shape and depth of it, and also the location of controls and their accessibility, which will make the camera much easier to use and more comfortable to hold in your hands for a longer time. Weight. If you're the kind of person who likes to travel light, then you're not going to want a bulky DSLR. Having the best travel camera that sits in your hotel room while you're out having fun isn't going to be much use. Even a mirrorless system might be too much for you if you want something that'll truly fit in your pocket or purse, and your best bet is probably a smartphone or compact camera.